We come across the term delta in different disciplines, such as geography, mathematics and physics. In this article we will tell you about delta, which is the term of geography. At the same time, we will talk about how deltas are formed. So, what is a delta, a geographical term? What is a delta in geography? When rivers discharge their water into other water piles, such as lakes, water flats are formed. To briefly describe the delta, it is the water bodies that are formed that we are talking about in the first sentence. A river moves more slowly as it approaches the mouth area. This causes sediment, which is a solid substance moving in the direction of the current, to fall to the river floor. The slowing speed of the river and the formation of sediments allow the river to break away from the single waterway, channel, as it approaches the mouth area. At this stage, the rivers create a deltaic area, deltaic lobe. This area includes a distribution network and is represented by a series of small and shallow channels branching from the main stream of the river. An example of this formation is the bifurcation of the river. What is delta? The necessary conditions for the formation of the delta. Coarse-grained and denser sediment fragments settle first into a deltaic lobe. Smaller, thinner deposits are transported further downstream. Fragments of sediment, which will affect the formation of the deltaic field, accumulate beyond the confluence of the river with another body of water. For these deposits of sediment, the terms alluvium or silt are used. Silt, alluvium, is a precipitate that is rich in nutrients that help microbes and or plants grow. Silt forms new soils as they pile up. These famous structures have the property of being a delta. Deltas expand in the direction of the piles of water that it steps into the sea. Delta departments of geography. We can talk about two parts that make up a deltaic area, underwater and above water. The part of the company that is lower than the water surface boundary level is the steepest and most inclined part of the delta. This part is more efficient and more exclusive in terms of silt. The most remote part of the underwater delta at the mouth of the river is called the prodelta. It is also the case that deltas are more different from each other. For example, deltaic landforms can be evaluated in two groups as follows, lower and upper. So, what is the lower and upper delta? Let's explain it right now. Some areas of the delta that remain above water are more affected by waves than mid-sea easiers. These regions take their place in the literature with the name alt delta. The part of the delta that is most affected by the flow of the river is called the upper delta. The fertile water stack for the living life of the upper and lower delta can be an extension of the deck house or a series of narrow islands between the supply mechanism of the river.